And now our continuing series on the greatest songs of all time. From 1964, The Beatles, I Saw Her Standing There. Written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Produced by George Martin. The Rolling Stone magazine writes, the B-side to the band's American breakthrough single, I Want to Hold Your Hand. It had been written by McCartney 2 years earlier, just after the group had sealed a record contract. After penning the first line, she was just 17, McCartney wanted to avoid completing the rhyme with Beauty Queen. He and Lennon had started to realize that we have to stop at these bad lines or we're only going to write bad songs. He said, so we went through the alphabet between clean, lean, mean with You Know What I Mean. He was on his way. The song was recorded at the EMI studios on that magical day of February 11th, 1963. It was a marathon session that produced a majority of the songs on the Please Please Me album. And has there ever been a better album one, track one, song one, ever? Paul McCartney recalls in the Complete Beatles recording sessions by Mark Lewison that I wrote it with John in the front parlor of my house in Allerton. We sagged off school and wrote it on guitars and a little bit on the piano that I had there. In Many Years From Now by Barry Miles, McCartney talks about coming up with the idea for the song while returning from a concert in Southport, although it was completed with Lennon shortly after in '62. He said, sometimes we would just start a song from scratch, but one of us would nearly always have a germ of an idea, a title, or rough little thing that they were thinking about, and we'd do it. I Saw Her Standing There was my original. I'd started it and I had the first verse, which therefore gave me the tune, the tempo, and the key. It gave you the subject matter, a lot of the information, and then you had to fill in. It was co-written, my idea, and we finished it that day. On the track, Paul McCartney on vocals and bass guitar, John Lennon on vocals and guitar, George Harrison on guitar, and Ringo Starr on the drums. 11 weeks on the charts, a top spot of number 14, but without a doubt, one of the greatest songs of all time, from 1964, The Beatles.